Hello, 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 hello to you. How are you doing this wonderful day? Welcome to the Business Structure webinar, or what we like to call How to Evolve into a Well Structured Company, or how you can build a business that will last for at least 20 years. Even if you've never gone to any business school, or even if you've not managed any big business before, you're very, very welcome. I'm excited to see you here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Um, Now, I know that this is not the first time you've heard someone talk about structure or building a business. You probably have tried different programs, different solutions. You've worked with coaches, consultants, and you didn't get the results that you wanted. There's so much, it feels like there's so much information out there. You don't know where to start from. You don't know where to, I get that feeling. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to give you so much information. Okay. You are just here because you want to build a great business. You want to give life to that dream of yours. All I intend to do is to show you how to make that happen. Okay? I hope this makes sense. Okay, good. Thank you for joining. We can see more and more people joining. Okay, that's fine. So, who is this for? Who is this program for? Who is this webinar for? This webinar is for business owners who have just started and have little or no management experience. It is also for you if you have, if you're a business owner, you have training, you have knowledge, you have management experience. Maybe you've worked somewhere or something, but you don't have the time to implement. Then this webinar is for you. This entire program is for you. I have two major goals for this webinar. I want to show you today that the only way to build a business, to build a structured organization, a company that would last for 20 years and beyond, is through business structure. And the only way to build that business structure, excuse me, please. The only way to build that business structure is through the business building blocks. Okay? Those are my objectives for today. Those are my goals for today. And now, let me talk a little about me. Okay, I am an entrepreneur and a business owner and certified business consultant. Um, I currently co-own, and manage different businesses, but at the moment we could say there are five. When we prepared these slides, there were four. Now there's a fifth one that just joined them, and I'm also invested in a couple of other businesses. But I'll just tell you about three of them. The first one I would mention is Grace Capital. Grace Capital is a micro lending company where we give micro and small loans to traders, businesses who do buying and selling. We do that exclusively in Nigeria, particularly River State. That's Grace Capital. We also have Excel and Grace Integrated Services, which is a procurement business that offers procurement services to the oil and gas sector and the marine sector. And then we also have Excel and Grace Consulting, which is a management consulting firm where we offer tailor-suited solutions to business owners like yourself, where we do things like business structure, recruitment, financial advisory services, and all of that. And I happen to be senior partner in Excel and Grace Consulting. This is just the much I would say about me. But my journey into business, I promise you will find this interesting. My journey into business started in a local market. Now, this is a picture of me in a market in Ghana. Let me try to remember the name of that market. Makola Market. Yes, this was me last year in Makola Market in Ghana. where I went to buy a few things after I had finished we hosted a conference in Ghana, dominating business. So this is me in the market. It was exciting for me, or it normally is exciting for me anytime I visit the market because that's where my journey started. So you see, 2003, 2004, I had just finished from the university and I was a bit confused about life. I didn't know, what to do with my life. And so luckily for me, um, my cousin was running a pharmacy business in Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt is a city in southern Nigeria. So my cousin was running a pharmacy in Port Harcourt, but he had an accident a few weeks before I finished from the university, and that accident made him incapacitated. He couldn't walk, and I was the only one available at the time. So I had to come help him run that business. At the time, also, I was a bit of a rebel. I already had some reputation about being the stubborn person. Yeah, we all have those moments in our lives. But apart from that, I was at a point where I wanted to prove myself. I wanted to show that I am more than what had trended about me. And so I took up the challenge to manage his business. Now, during this time, his business was located in Port Harcourt, but all the drugs, all the medical equipment, all the medicines that we were buying were coming from a local market, two local markets actually, but the major one was Aba. Aba is about 45 minutes drive from Port Harcourt. And so we were getting those drugs from area market in Aba and keeping sending them to Port Harcourt, and from there we distribute. Our major customer at the time was NLNG Nigeria. NLNG is Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas Company in Bonny, and they were our major customers because we were doing wholesale bulk supply to their pharmacy. So we'll take the drugs from area market and I'll take to NLNG Bonny. Now, those business owners we were buying from in area market, they were not organized. There was no structure, there was no plan. They were just doing things anyhow. What that meant was a transaction, something that would take me one day, I was doing it in 3 days. So I'll go to the market, buy products, it's either some drugs or some drugs are missing, the invoices are wrong, they did not put invoice. So I would have to come back from area market back to Port Harcourt first after spending the whole day there. I basically spent morning till evening every day consecutively, Monday to Saturdays, mostly in area market. So I was in there. This happened, and I noticed that I was making one delivery in 3 days instead of in one day. And it became a problem because we were almost losing our contract. I would come back from I would need to sort the drugs first, find out that some things are missing. I'll have to go back the next day, pick up things from the previous one and the one. So it was just choking. So one day I went to NLNG. I just in my head noticed that there was a pattern to how things they were doing. From this is where you park, this is where you go and sign in for this is where you do this is where you do this. And I began to take notes of what I was observing and used some of those ideas and notes, and I taught it to those business owners in Aba, and they began to implement them. Some of them began to practice them, and it began to work because we moved from making one order in 3 days to making one order per day, and eventually we were able to do 3 orders daily. I'm talking about go to Aba, pick up an order, take it to NLNG, ask them to send the second one, or even drive back. Sometimes I even made the trip 3 times, and the deliveries were met on time. Fast forward to a few years later, I started my own businesses, and I started the first business, and I began to run my businesses like those business owners in Aba. Everything revolved around me. There was no pattern. It was based on how I felt, including pricing. The businesses failed. So the first one failed, the second one failed, the third one was about failing. I was very frustrated, thinking about going to take a job. And so while looking for my CV, I found my notes from those my times working with the pharmacy, and just saw those ideas that I had noted down, and I applied the first one. It worked. Applied the second one. It worked. Applied the third one, and it worked. And I continued to do that. And then somehow along the line, I ran into a friend of mine who was struggling with his business. And I shared with him one of those ideas, and he applied them, and he got remarkable results. It was at that point I realized that there's something to this whole conversation. There's got to be a pattern for doing things, because the thing worked so well for him that he asked for my account number. This was in 2005, 2006, thereabout. He asked for my account number, that he was grateful for the advice that I gave him, and he sent me 100,000 naira. 100,000 naira is about 150, $200, about that. It was remarkable for me. So I began to learn, I began to take study, I began to take courses, I began to do things that equipped myself to be better at this whole idea of building a structured company. And myself and my partner started Excel Language Consulting. And over the years, we have been able to work with over 600 different businesses to help them structure their businesses. And we have used these the building blocks that I'm going to share, to do this business structuring for them. Now, this conversation, this whole webinar is not about us. It's about how we can help you, how myself and my team, how our experts can help your business evolve. And the reason I'm sharing this story is because, so that you don't think this is coming from something that is read. It's my experience, it's our experience, and that's what we've used to work with all the businesses that we've helped. Okay, this is important to you because I need you to appreciate that business structure will work no matter your kind of business. You see, it started in area in the market, in the open market. Even business structure worked for them in the open market. It worked for us as a consulting company. It's worked for our clients. Now, what most people do is this: most people go ahead and set up their businesses and hire staff and hope that it works. This is incredibly difficult because it's not predictable. Okay, people are unpredictable, and managing them is extremely difficult. You cannot, human beings are so dynamic. They are the most difficult things to manage. And so if you just set up your business and hire people and just hope that things will work well, you already set up a system to fail. But what business structure helps you do is it helps you set up a system, and then helps you select the right people to manage that system. Now, that is something that you can control. Make sense? All right. Now, this is a friend of mine who is a client who eventually became a friend of mine. His name is Igodalu. He runs a real estate company in Nigeria. This is him many years ago. Okay, he was still the one doing everything by himself. Daily, he was working hard, giving his all, making some sales, but he was doing a lot of things by himself. And so one day, he fell sick. He was really sick, and he got admitted to the hospital. And the doctors told him it was stress induced. Now, because he was admitted and everything was revolving around him, he lost transactions running into eight figures. This, he felt his dream was fading away. And because he was going through this loss of transactions, his BP continued to rise. He was always dissatisfied with his staff because he felt he couldn't get the kind of results he needed from his team. We finally worked with him using the business building blocks to help him structure his his bamboo real estate company, his business. Now he has three branches in Nigeria. He's working on opening one in Ghana and in Kenya. And he's excited doing it. This was from April 2 years ago. This was April 2 years ago, where he said, this is a post he made. We put in the work so you don't have to at all. For all your real estate needs, talk to us at Bamboo Real Estate Limited. I am glad to be back to our Port Harcourt office. I think this was when he went to Abuja and he worked from the Abuja office for about 2 weeks. My point here is it works. And there are a lot of people who currently use it and they're excited. Now, we are going to cover 3 things in this webinar. 3 key secrets. I'm going to show you how to build a company that works like a brand new car. Okay? I'm going to show you the simple secret Nigerian billionaire Otedola uses to run his businesses and how you too can use it in your business. And we're going to talk about the staffing problem. Finding this staffing issue. I've been to Ghana and I have clients in Ghana, and I know that finding good employees, people who want to work in Ghana, is very difficult. It's also very difficult in Nigeria. And so we're going to look at it. Okay? So let's dig in. The first thing I want to talk about is how to build a company that will function well like a brand new car. So in Nigeria, we say brand new car, we call it tear rubber because you have to tear the waterproof. But basically, it is to build, how do you build a company that works so well like a brand new car? When you start a brand new car, everything is functioning well. How do you build that kind of company? Let me share a little bit of a story. We had run our Excel and Grace consulting company for about 5-6 years. And we noticed that a lot of business owners complained about similar issues, and top of those complaints was funding. We had a lot of small business owners who were looking for funding, small and medium scale businesses looking for funding to scale their businesses, and banks weren't readily available to give them those loans. And so we decided to start a micro lending company as a part of Excel and Grace Consulting, and we assigned one member of our team to manage it. Now, this was a very huge mistake because there were too many moving parts. Client appointments were being missed, loan dates were overstayed, people were defaulting on their loans at the beginning, and it wasn't working well for us. Why am I sharing it this way? I want you to see that this is from our experience. It's not text. It is things that happen to us. And so until we noticed that we couldn't continue like this, and we decided to treat the business as a separate entity on its own, we used the business building blocks to set up a structure for that business, for Grace Capital, even though there was only one employee at the time. We used those building blocks to set up a structure, and the business performed remarkably better. Currently, Grace Capital has its own office and it runs on its own with its own team. I barely get into I go there maybe once a month where we have management meetings, but it's running on its own, it's self-governing. Okay? Over the years, I have learned that designing a business structure is not difficult. If you have the building blocks, okay? The hard part is just the implementation. Building a company requires that you define exactly what you are building so that you ensure that what needs to get done gets done by you and through others. That's what we did for Grace Capital. We were able to make sure that what needed to be done got done through other people. There are still some things I do for Grace Capital. My partner also does, but most of the work is done through other people. Now, this didn't just work for us. Professor Idusiyi is a medical doctor. He's an orthopedic surgeon. This is me in 2017. Yeah, I wasn't wearing glasses that time, and my beards were really smaller. Don't laugh at me. So Prof owns a hospital in Benin, also in southern Nigeria. And at the time when we worked with him, he had run that hospital for about 8 years, and he had not received any money from that hospital. In fact, on a monthly basis, because he was based in the US, he's still in the US, and the hospital is in Nigeria. And every month he sends money from the US to pay salaries in the hospital. And this was really, really terrible for him. Okay. He actually he was getting frustrated. And so someone referred him to us. And we looked at that business. We did the building blocks for him in his business and implemented it. 1 month after we had set up the system for his business, he received a dividend, he received profit from the business, and he was incredibly shocked. Something he had tried to do for 8 years, he did not succeed. We were able to pull it off in 1 month. And he said something that humbled us. He said, there is no bone that will be presented to me that I will not find a way to fix. But I have learned from you and your team that the surgery or medicine and the business of medicine is not the same thing. You see, it is incredible what you can achieve with structure. Now, I know you're thinking that, will you have time to implement some of the things? Will this work for you? I'm the only one in my business. Look, when we decide to work with you, you're going to have that one-on-one access, that one-on-one. Somebody is going to work with you to make sure that implementation will be easy. Okay. You may also be wondering, okay, I'm not a techie person, everything I do is still analog. Look, some of the solutions that we'll put in ground will make things easy for you to implement, whether you're techie or not. And so the most important thing is we will be able to get results. I hope that makes sense. All right. So this same thing has worked for real estate businesses, restaurants, fashion businesses, consultants, agro businesses, auto shops, hospitals, schools, salons, supermarkets, excuse me, even online businesses. And it can and will work for you. Business structure works and is the foundation for building a legacy business. Make sense? Excuse me. Anytime I'm excited, it flows through my body. I'm truly excited for you because you are here. You're really going to build an exciting business. And so business structure works and the foundation and is the foundation to building a legacy business. Okay. So what is this business structure thing? What is it? It is organizing your business. A should come before B. B should come before C. C should come. There's a pattern. It is organizing your business. I don't know if you are one of those people who arranges their rooms when you wake up, but there's something about walking into a hotel room and the whole place is organized, is arranged. The bed is made, the soap is somewhere. You just function easily. Business structure is organizing your business. It is giving your business a life of its own. You are not your business. I'll say it again. You are not your business. Business structure is giving your business a life of its own so that you can attend to other things. You can do other things. Your business can make money even in your sleep, can function without you because it has a life of its own. Business structure is moving from a one-man business to a company. Business structure is moving from a one-man business to a company. What's a company? A company is a group of people who coordinate their work towards a common goal. Think about the last time you went to the supermarket. Let's assume you went to buy an apple. Just try to imagine the number of people who coordinated their work to make sure that that apple was available to you at the top shelf where you picked it up. Somebody decided that it was time to replace the apples. Another person confirmed with a supplier and made sure that the apples were brought. Another person received it. Another person inspected it, counted it, made sure it was washed or clean. Another person created a pricing for it. Someone else put it on a shelf and arranged it neatly for you to see, so that at the moment you walked to the shelf, there was an apple there. A company is a group of people who coordinate their work towards a common goal. It is everything and everyone that works in balanced order to make sure you get an apple at the supermarket or anything else you want at the supermarket. I hope this makes sense. That's a company. Business structure is evolving from a one-man business to a company. I hope this is making sense. So, what then are the building blocks that you need to build this structured company? What are the building blocks? Block one is what I like to call the champion, because without block one, you can't do anything. Block one is you and your vision. Your mindset can kill your business. How you think, how you see yourself, and how you see your business can kill your business. If you only see your business as, if you only see your business functioning in East Legon, your business will never grow beyond East Legon because you have not seen it. If you choose to only hire men for your business, you're going to have issues. If you choose to only hire women, how you think will affect the results you get in your business. And so one of the first building blocks is you and your mindset, and then your vision. Exactly what kind of business are you building? Where is this business going? What is your vision? Where are you taking where are you taking us with your business? Where are you taking us to? What's your vision? What's the future for your business? Defining it. Vision, mission, core values, clarity of purpose. That's the first building block. The second building block is the team. This is where we're saying who is needed. Which staff do you need? Who do you need to give life to this vision? That vision you had in block one. Who do you need? In what departments will they function? What's the organogram that this person will report to this one? Since you are clear on the roles, how would they report to each other? Who should work where? Why should this person work where? Of the people that you have, who should leave? Who should come in? What training is required for you, the business owner, and for your team? There is a big problem if the business owner is improving in knowledge and his team isn't. It means you are learning, but your team is not growing. Block two is your team. Okay? Block three is performance evaluation. Block three is performance evaluation. Here we are saying, how do we measure performance for the employees, for every single staff, including you, the business owner? And how do we measure performance for the business? Here's a typical example. I'm not paying you as an employee to bake from morning till night. You should be paid because you baked 7 cakes. We need to be able to measure, you need to be able to measure the performance of every employee. That's performance evaluation. That is block three. Not just for the staff, but for the business. How do you recognize or measure or demonstrate that the business is making progress on a day-to-day basis? That's performance evaluation. Block four, is business processes. If I came to your business today and asked you to show me in clear details what the total amount of money that has come into your business and what you have done with that money from January till date. If you can't show me that information, I'm sorry, you don't have a business. One of the things you will learn from working with me is I really hold you accountable. You must be able to have a process, steps that shows this is how we receive money. This is how we do marketing. This is how we do accounting. This is how we do recruitment. This is how we do procurement. This is how, and some of these processes can be automated with simple tools. You must have processes. That's block 4. Processes, SOPs. Some people call them SOPs, standard operating procedures, business processes. It's the same thing. Now that's block 4. The 5th one is problem solving. Now, I dare to say this. If you've hired employees in your business and they still keep coming to you consistently to solve problems, then there was no need hiring them in the first place. You're supposed to hire people who solve problems. Now, if you have excellent people, but they don't know how to solve problems, you still don't have a structure in your business. There must be a system, a process for solving problems at a department level, at a management level, at an employee level. Everybody should be able to solve problems at their level. It is when those problems get bigger than them that it goes to the next level. Imagine a cleaner coming to you to tell you that maybe detergent has finished. How do they solve problems? That's block number 5. Block number 6 is information management. How do you collect data, process the data, and use them? How many sales came in last week? How many customers do you have at the moment? Excuse me. What are your highest selling products? You need to have these information. That's block 6. Okay. Information management. How do you capture and store relevant information for your business so that you can use it to make informed decisions? And then block 7 is regulation and compliance, government policies, government regulations, taxation or tax, your things like annual returns, making sure your business is registered, internal company policies, control tools. All of these are regulation and compliance. And these are the 7 building blocks used to create a structured company. I hope this is making sense. See? That is secret number 1. The entire way, the secret to build a structured company is for you to install those 7 building blocks in your business. Now, the second secret I want to share with you in this webinar is how Nigerian billionaire Otedola manages his business. This is the secret he used, and he talks about it publicly. So, a few years ago, Femi Otedola made a tweet. He tweeted that he's somewhere in London starting his 6-week summer vacation. And someone asked him, some interesting people have a way of trolling people on social media. And so someone goes and tweets, "You are always on vacation, sir. Do you even go to work?" And this was his response. As an entrepreneur, my role is to ensure that I hire a competent team to run my business affairs without my physical presence, and of course, one that outlives me. Mine is to nurture the team to maximize shareholder value. I love this because it simplifies management. Your job as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, is not to run the business. Your job is to manage the people, to find the right people, competent people, to run the structure while you groom them and nurture them to make sure that they generate profit. You see how that works? This is Amy, a client of mine also, and this is what she does. Now, I have her permission to share this. Amy runs SW Advantage, a book editing and publishing company. But she has a medical condition that puts her, sometimes she has some crisis moments where she has to be in the hospital for weeks, sometimes even months. And for somebody who runs a business, it was quite difficult because she was missing a lot of client deadlines. And we worked with her to set up this not just structure, but the management system so that she is able to have sound people, intelligent people executing while she is able to just manage them, nurture them, groom them, and make sure that they deliver. That's all she does. And it works for her. And it will work for you too. Anyone can build a great business. And you don't need to be the smartest person to build a great business. You just need to know how to lead and manage the smartest people you can afford to find per time. Please, when we get to this conversation around finding employees, I talk about it intensely when we are implementing, but it is for you to hire the smartest people you can afford. In fact, sometimes it might be a sacrifice, but it's better to get the right people and get faster results than to hire the wrong people and you're still the same level where you are. Which leads me to secret number 3. Where and how do you find good staff? So let me ask you a question. Would you say there are still good spouses in Ghana? On online, I'm pretty sure everywhere you go, you see a lot of people. There's always this conversation around, I can't find a good wife, I can't find a good husband. Men are this, women are this. But are there still good spouses? With all the chaos, with all the problems that we say are existing in marriage, are there still good spouses? Now I want to believe so. Where did you find them? Where do we find these spouses? Is there a place where we find these good husbands or good wives? I don't think so. I met my wife in a bar. My friend met his wife at my wedding. There are good spouses everywhere. And in the same vein, there are good staff everywhere. I guarantee you that I've done recruitment in Ghana, there are good staff. I've done recruitment in Nigeria, I've done recruitment in Germany. There are good staff everywhere. You just need to build your business. We need to build our businesses to attract them, groom them, and retain them. That's the thing. We focus on finding the good staff rather than building ourselves so that we can attract the good staff. I talk about this a lot when it comes to marriage. People are interested in looking for good spouses, forgetting that these good spouses are attracted to a particular kind of person. So rather than looking for them, you become the kind of person that will attract the kind of spouse that you're looking for or the kind of partner that you're looking for. It's the same thing for staff. Your business needs to evolve or become the kind of business that will attract the kind of good employees that you're looking for. And that's what I call the untackable staff system. Make sense? So imagine this for a second. Imagine that you have secret number 1. You have the building blocks installed in your business so that you have a structured business, a structured company. You also have a clear way for managing your business the same way Otedola does his own. That's secret number 2 I have talked about. And then you have a clear, unsackable staff system, a system that helps you find, hire, and keep great staff. Just imagine what that would be like for your business. Would your business do better? Do you think so? Okay, you say yes, yes, yeah, yes. All right, that's fine. Give me 10 minutes of your time and let me walk you through how I can help you pull this off. Okay? Here's what you get. This is how I can help you pull this off, okay? We're going to do a business structure 6 weeks one-on-one coaching program. Now, this program is me and you working together for 6 weeks. It is almost like having me in your business for 6 weeks, me working with you, and we're going to install this business structure solution into your business. So here's what we're going to do. This is what you get. In week 1, we're going to clarify your vision. So we're going to have a short-term vision for your business that helps us define exactly what we're building. We're going to create a vision and mission statement that really works, that everybody in your business can understand. A clarified future for your business. That's what we're going to do in week 1. And we're also going to work on you. That clarified future begins with us clarifying how you should do things, how you see things. Okay? Week 2, we're going to work on the roles needed for that business, the departments they are going to work in, the organogram, which staff, what are the functions for each role, and all of that. We're going to do all of that in week 2. A clear definition is like creating the functional elements for your business. That's what we're going to do in week 2. In week 3, we're going to determine the staff that are needed. We're going to prepare job descriptions for each staff. We're going to prepare KPIs or parameters to measure performance. And then we're going to do staff alignment, looking at the staff that you have now. Who should stay? Who should leave? Following the new structure, the new organogram, the new roles we have created. That's staff alignment. That's what we're going to do in week 3. In week 4, we're going to work on business processes and control tools. This is how we do accounting. This is how we do this. This is how we do control for inventory. This is how we do control for expenses. This is how we do control for marketing. We're going to look at all of that in week 4. In the 5th week, we're going to look at policies and regulation. And then we're going to begin to implement some of the key processes that have been created. And you will not be doing this by yourself. When we start, I will explain how the implementation would work, even from when we kick off. Okay? But this is for week 5. And week 6, we review everything that we have done, modify, make adjustments, test to make sure that it is fully functional. This is a skeleton of all what you would get from the business structure one-on-one coaching program. Now, people I have done, these are 2 people I have done this program for. Madam Ayo owns Stacy Cakes in East Legon. In fact, when I was in Ghana last year, I should be in Ghana pretty soon though. But when I was in Ghana last year, I think that was August. Yes, that was August. We stayed with her. We've moved from clients to very good friends. So I stayed in her house. My team and I, we stayed in her house, and it was an amazing time. But she owns Stacy Cakes, and she has been through this 6 weeks coaching program. This is Chima. He owns Velox Real Estate, and he too has been through this program. Okay. Now, remember, like I said, this business structure solution is for you if you're a business owner who has just started, and you have maybe little or no management experience. Also, if you're a business owner, you have training, knowledge, management experience, but you don't have the time to implement, this solution would also work for you. And I believe that's why you're watching this webinar, okay? Now, this 6 weeks coaching program is valued at $2,000. That's the value. Stay with me, we're still talking. That's the value of this 6 weeks program. But there's more. As part of this package, you also get a job description template. Now, you're going to have your business will expand. You're going to need more job descriptions. You're going to get a template. Who does what? This is the job. This is the explanation of each person's role. You're going to get that template. You're going to get KPI templates for measuring results for all staff. You're going to get that template. You're going to get business letters So you stop wasting time crafting letters, memos, and things like that. You just go there, pick one, slightly adjust, and use it. It relieves you of a lot of stress as a business owner. You're also going to get a company policy hand and employee handbook template, all of that sent to you. Now, all of these tools prepared and put together, you're going to get. With these tools, you're going to save time, you're going to save money, you're going to save energy. Just imagine the amount of time, money, and energy you save with all these tools. Now, all of these things put together, the value of all of them is $1,500. That's for the tools and the templates. Everything put together is about $1,500. But that's not all. The last thing one of the things you would also get, or the third thing you also get, is this unsackable staff system. I even wrote a book about it called Unsackable: How to Be the Employee That Bosses Refuse to Sack. And so the plan is to create for you a system that attracts and keeps remarkable employees. Okay? Now, this unsackable staff system is valued at $1,000. And the entire solution you're going to get, everything put together, is currently valued at $4,500. Stay with me, I'm heading somewhere. That's the total value of everything. But I'm not going to charge you $4,500. No, I won't do that. But imagine that you had the right structure, the right team, and the right processes in place. How much do you think your business will be able to generate? Just do a mental calculation. How much do you think your business will be able to generate? Now, don't pay $4,500. Pay $1,500 for the basic package only. Now, for this 6 weeks coaching program, I have 3 different packages. There's the basic, there's the standard, and there's the premium. But you can start with the basic package, okay? And that's $1,500. Now, here's my guarantee to you. I have a money back guarantee. If I work with you and you're not satisfied with the results, you have concerns, you don't feel like you got value, I'll refund you your money, no questions asked. Now, there's also another advantage of working with me. There's a payment plan. Okay, so we can discuss the payment plan and put our heads together to make sure that we design this structured business for you. You see? Make sense? All right. So here's what you get. Like I said, you get the business structure one-on-one coaching program. So business structure is designed and set up with you in that 6 weeks period. You get the tools and templates, and then the unsackable staff system, which will include even hiring at least one employee for you. So this entire package starts at $1,500. That's the basic package. There's a standard and there's a premium package. Okay, so this is what you get, and this is how I can help you begin to set up a structure for your business. So here's what you should do next. Okay, there's a link either above or in the description of this video, or we would share it in the WhatsApp group so that you can connect with a member of my team or our team. Now, we will give you a form. The link takes you to a form where you just fill in a few details of you and your business so that we can book you for a 10-minute consultation. And let me show you, my team and I, let us show you all the packages and how the full details of the deliverables of this coaching program so that you can begin the journey with more information. And so we would provide with you much more details of how the entire program would work. So fill the form, click the link to fill the form. We would also drop the link in our WhatsApp group so that you can see it. Or if you're speaking with any of our team members directly, you're talking with any of our team members directly, you can also reach out to us and we can share these details with you. We also have other packages where my team and I actually do the entire structuring for you. So we come in, do the restructuring with little or no input from you. So there are multiple options that are available. So, like I said, here's what you do next. Click the link in the description or in the WhatsApp group, or send a message to any of the admins and let us book you for a 10-minute consultation. Let us have a conversation and we'll show you what to do, how to get started, how payments will be done, the other options that are available, just in case you don't want the basic package. Because there are additional things like a well-defined marketing system, a branding system, things like that are not included in the basic package. So if you want, the more advanced packages, the ones that contain a lot more, then we will show you all of that. Okay. I hope this has been helpful. I've enjoyed myself. Okay. If you have any questions, please ask. You can drop your questions here now. I would either respond to them after the video. Either I would respond, we would respond to them in the comment section, or you can drop your questions in the WhatsApp group and we can take it from there. Now, if you are here and your business is really small, we will have an option for you much later. If your business is really, really small, we may need to discuss an option for you. But for now, want to focus with those who are ready to take the next step to build that structured company, to build that thing that can function even without them. Okay, so I will answer your questions in the WhatsApp group and in the comment section here. All right, everyone. I hope this was interesting. Thank you so much for being here. I had a wonderful, wonderful time, and I will talk to you shortly. All right. Well done.